Then we are go for launch initiating.
Separate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pixel and welcome to the Sapphire Tech YouTube channel. Today I am very pleased to announce that we have teamed up with AMD and the Square Enix Collective to bring you an awesome bundle offer that enables you to select a great indie game or two on us with the purchase of select Sapphire Pulse series graphics cards. If you're wondering what the Pulse series of cards is all about, then allow me to explain. The Pulse series has been designed from the ground up to not only meet, but also exceed the high expectations of gamers with a wide range of high performance cards to match their budgets. Basically, Sapphire wants gamers to be able to get the experience they want at a great price. All Sapphire Pulse cards still come with all the high quality components that you've come to expect from a Sapphire product, so whether you're building a new system from scratch or simply either upgrading an old system or an underpowered pre-built, you are sure to be able to find a Pulse series card to give you the experience and the reliability that you deserve at a price that you can afford. Now before we take a look at all the games available in this bundle, let's quickly go through the details. This bundle should be live right now and will run up until May the 27th, 2018. However, you will have until July the 27th, 2018 to redeem any codes that you have acquired. To redeem the coupon code, you simply need to go to www.amdrewards.com and select the game or games that you would like. You will then receive a code that you can activate on Steam. Once it's activated on Steam, it is yours to keep forever. Customers that buy a Sapphire Pulse RX 550 will have access to one of these games, where customers picking up the Sapphire Pulse RX 560 will be able to select two. The games included in this bundle from the Square Enix Collective are Battalion 1944, a highly competitive multiplayer-only first-person shooter set in World War II. This game reminds me a lot of Call of Duty 2's multiplayer. It feels like a real blast from the past. Goetica, an eerie point-and-click adventure game where you play as the ghost of a young lady exploring her family's manor after being awoken 40 years after her death. Ugh, creepy. Black the Fall, a 2.5D puzzle platformer that brings back memories of both Limbo and games like Abe's Odyssey. This is a visually striking game where you play as an old machinist attempting to escape the oppressive grasp of a communist regime. Oh My Godheads, a local-only multiplayer party game where players fight to grab and secure the heads of gods while fighting off other players. The game does also have computer-controlled enemies, but like most things in life, this is certainly more fun with friends. Children of the Zodiacs, a turn-based strategy RPG meets a dice game meets a CCG. While the perspective and the gameplay will be instantly familiar to fans of games such as Final Fantasy Tactics, the dice and card-based additions do make this game feel fairly unique. While I was unable to play enough of the game to get a proper grasp of the story, I have to admit I did enjoy what I did get to play. The Turing Test, a first-person puzzle game which focuses on the manipulation of energy in order to solve problems. This is a very pretty game which also asks some rather deep questions regarding artificial intelligence. Deadbeat Heroes. This is what I consider to be a reimagining of the old school staple beat 'em up genre, this time with an emphasis on score attacks and replayability. Again, a game that really shines when played in multiplayer locally. Tokyo Dark, an anime-styled point-and-click detective mystery where you play as Aito, a detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police, trying to remain sane while figuring out how a woman she killed is still haunting her. Forgotten Anne, a yet-to-be-released, beautiful hand-animated 2D adventure game in which you play as a girl called Anne who has been forgotten and is now trapped in the world of the Forgotlings. This one looks amazing and one I will certainly be checking out on release. And finally, Fear Effect Sedna. This is also a game that I've not been able to play for myself as it was only released just the other day. However, I do know that it is an isometric stealth/action game based on a fairly old IP. I'm pretty sure that by now you should be able to quite easily find a few editorials and be able to read up on the game yourselves. It does look interesting and I probably will get around to playing it at some point. Honestly, due to the pure number of games being released these days, I'd not even heard of many of these games, yet alone played any of them before I was asked to make this video. I have to admit, I was actually quite skeptical at first, but after playing most of these games on the list for at least a few hours, I have to say I was actually pleasantly surprised. Personally, I am a big fan of first-person puzzle games, and I thought that I'd already played all the good ones, and that was until I played the Turing Test. This game really surprised me. Not only is it a good looking game, but the puzzles were also on point. Not only when it comes to how challenging they are, but even down to their basic design. Normally I find myself getting frustrated by spending too much time in a room going back and forth trying to complete a puzzle long after I'd already figured out the solution. The Turing Test, on the other hand, managed to do a great job when it comes to the pacing. Once I'd figured out a puzzle, it was often not very long before I could move on to the next. However, it was not just the puzzle sections that really hooked me in, it was the story. The developers have done an amazing job when it comes to the environmental storytelling, allowing you to read emails, listen to audio logs and examine objects and much more. Seriously, this game exceeded my expectations.
Tom, start recording.
I am always recording, Daniel.
The day is January the 6th. My watch says it's 2:30 on Earth. Here we are, members of the human race, standing on Jupiter's moon Europa. I am Captain Daniel McLean. I'm joined here by the rest of my team. It is our intention to make this moon our home and investigate life on this planet. Man's curiosity and appetite for discovery will continue to change our world for the better.
Inspiring. And might I add my congratulations to you all.
Talking about exceeding my expectations, Tokyo Dark. While reading up and doing some research before booting any of these games, this was a game that I was dreading. I pride myself on my honesty and I was really expecting to hate this game. First of all, I'm not really into the whole anime thing. It's not that I've got anything against it, it's just I've never really took the time out to try and immerse myself in it. Second, it's a point and click adventure game, not my favourite genre to be honest. And third, there's a lot of reading with no voice acting, and I suffer from dyslexia, so reading can be a pain in my ass. However, mind blown. The writing had me hooked in almost instantly. I was actually taken back by just how gritty the game was, and then I realised just how much freedom the game gives you when it comes to having no real right or wrong answer to most of the puzzles. Each choice I made was just a fork in the road to one of the many different endings available, and it surprised me. It really did. No matter who you are, I am sure there are at least a couple of games on this list that would be perfect for you. Read a few reviews and do your research and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Anyway, with all that out of the way, once again, that is going to be me done for today. If you are new around here, consider slapping that subscribe button for some more awesome videos like this in future. Also, feel free to ask any questions down in the comment section below this video, because once again, I have been Pixel and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.